court is prepared to impose sentence. The court did receive the sentencing memo from the defense. The court's reviewed that and has taken that into consideration, but also I think the statement from the victim's mother is important as well in this case. Mr. Pittman, you pled in this case. You took responsibility for this. You pled to one count of felony firearm. That's a 2-year consecutive sentence. So you have to serve that first before any other charge, and then you pled to the second-degree murder. That carries a maximum penalty of life. At age 19, you have a juvenile court record, one prior misdemeanor. Your guidelines you just heard were corrected, so the correct scoring of your guidelines is 180 months to 300 months on your minimum sentence. And the COPS evaluation in this case is sentenced within those guidelines. There's a lot I probably could say about this. I think everyone kind of understands the situation. Gun violence that occurs. It seems like just daily, at least in this community, it's happening so often now. The question I asked you, Ms. Bennick-Notter, I didn't expect you to have an answer because I sure don't. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what compels a young man to pick up a firearm and to carelessly shoot it toward a group of people. I wish I understood that. And now, as a result, there's a 15-year-old girl who aspired to be a basketball star. She's now, she's dead. Her mom already lost a child before. No one should lose one child, let alone 2. And it's just heart-wrenching. But the community has to understand 2 things, I believe, as I sit here today. They have to understand, 1, that there's accountability, and I think 2, they have to understand that the courts are doing what they can to make the community as safe as possible. So accordingly, Mr. Pittman, it's going to be the sentence of this court that you should be committed to the Michigan Department of Corrections to first serve the 2 years on the felony firearm. You'll get credit for 355 days you've served so far. Consecutive to that charge, you will serve a minimum of 300 months to a maximum of 600 months in the Michigan Department of Corrections for the second-degree murder. As that is consecutive to the felony firearm, you do not get credit for that charge. There are mandatory costs that the court has to impose. There's $136 state costs, $130 for the crime victim's assessment, and $1,000 in court costs as set forth in the judgment of sentence. This is the final sentence of the court. You will receive a form that will explain your appellate rights. Mr. Lockman, is there anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bennick-Notter from the defense.
Just briefly, Your Honor, there was an adjournment, and so I think there is a short amount of credit that's attributable to that
All right,
adjournment.
well, let's make sure we get that right. All right, so the original sentence date was back in September. So from September 10th to today.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I don't have that number offhand. I can try to calculate it now, but the judgment will reflect that credit. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.